Yo guys, Limit here, and yes, I am finally back from my E3 trip. Now that I'm home though, we have a lot of information to go over, and what better place to start than with one of the main pieces of information that came out in the last few days, where it either made you very happy or extremely sad. A couple of days ago or so, through an interview IGN had with Nomura, he had stated the reasoning for why Kingdom Hearts 3 was delayed into January 2019. Previously, it was assumed among the community that myself and my other friends who were invited to the Kingdom Hearts 3 premiere event caused the delay to happen due to the feedback videos we all made that Square requested we do so. While that is 100% a factor, according to Nomura, it's not the main reason. The main reason as to why the game was delayed was due to the fact that there was poor timing. After Nomura talked to his team and spoke about different types of hardware manufacturers, marketing, and sales teams, they basically figured the release date was not in a good time slot. They also thought about speeding up to try and accommodate an early release, but lucky for us, more on this later, they decided against it, since the team wants to bring us the best possible game they can, and that of course links back to what I said about Square wanting our feedback to try and improve the game. There is also the fact that the game is set to release 4 days earlier in Japan than it is everywhere else. Originally, the release date was set a lot earlier for Japan, and then the US was most likely going to get a 2019 release regardless, and that I'm sure would anger a lot of people, since 1, they were probably expecting a worldwide release, or 2, just don't want a big gap of time so they aren't avoiding the internet like the plague. This, in my eye, is a good thing, that it's just a small 4-day difference. Sure, I would have liked the worldwide release, but obviously if Square could have done it, they would have. Remember the wait for the other games? For Birth by Sleep, the game came out in January in Japan, and then 8 months later in September for North America. An 8-month gap, that's ridiculous. Though, over the years, we have seen Square getting a lot better at localization with Kingdom Hearts, where something that used to have month gaps turned into a 2-week gap with 0.2, and now it's just a small 4-day gap. Again, I do understand people getting a little annoyed at how Square isn't able to get it down just yet, but at this point, I'll take what I can get. Even more so when they delayed the game to please us people outside of Japan and not have a long wait between the Japanese release and everywhere else. Now, going back to what I said about how lucky it was for us they decided to delay the game and not speed up and give us a rush product, you can probably tell I'm very happy with the delay. Truth be told, I don't think there is any good and legit reason as to why anyone would be mad about said delay. More time equals a more completed project and a more fun experience, with the extra time the team will be able to have polishing up the game. It really is that simple. But of course, I know people are extremely impatient, which leads me into my next topic, public demos. I have been seeing so many people, whether it be here on YouTube, on Twitter, etc., talk about how they should just release a quote-unquote public demo on PS4 and Xbox. I personally think this is a bad idea, and before you angry keyboard warriors head down to my comment section to say I'm biased because I played the game, no. If you have known me for a while, I have said in the past, even before I was invited to play KH3, that having a public demo would be a terrible idea for one reason and one reason alone: data mining. If you are unfamiliar with what data mining is, let me give you a quick explanation. Basically, data miners, the ones that do the mining, go into the demo's files and find everything there is to know about the game before its release, and I'm sure you know what that leads to, right? The wonderful things called leaks. I could just be speaking for myself here, but the last thing I want is for an experience like Kingdom Hearts 3 to be spoiled for me before I even touch the completed game. Past titles like Final Fantasy 15, where the entire story got leaked thanks to people data mining the demo, or even Pokemon, where people would mine the demos in the 3DS and the entire Pokédex was leaked, which is a big deal if you're into the Pokemon community. But Limit, they could just take out those spoiler files and everything will be fixed. Or, and stay with me here, because it's a good thought, they can keep working on the main game, not waste their time, and not delay it even further just because some people are too impatient and want them to make a specific demo. But Limit, God, I do this a lot, I just can't afford to be going to these gaming events to play the game. Trust me when I say I am probably the best one in this community that can sympathize with that statement, because money isn't something that comes by easy for a lot of people, but the simple fact of the matter is, and technically speaking, it is a public demo for those who can attend, which is anyone who has the money for a pass. If you can't go due to monetary restrictions, especially ones that you can't help like bills and such, you have no choice but to wait. That's just life. I would also bring up the whole "but we deserve this" argument, but I really only have seen one person actually be serious about that, and I'll just leave it at this. You don't deserve anything except the game after you pay your $60 to Square at the time of release. That is the only thing you deserve from any gaming company. I digress. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you all think about the delay, and how do you feel about a public demo being released? Are you for it or not? Please do let me know in the comment section below so we can talk about it. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one as we have quite a lot to talk about. Nomura was not joking. It's been Limit. Peace out, guys.